I'm making noise, huh? So I wanted to talk about the 80-20 rule because this rule is so important because it's the why yoga works. See, a lot of us, when we get into meditation, we suddenly notice that it's very difficult to control the mind. The mind just goes everywhere and does everything. And our to-do list is so ingrained in us, as it should be to get along in modern society, that we can't put it down. When your mind is running amok and you try and silence your mind with your mind, well, now you have more conflict. And what's even worse, when your mind fights your mind and it wins, you're still stuck with your mind. So what do you do with that? Thankfully, yoga has an answer. We're going to use the body against the mind. And the 80-20 rule tells us that we're doing exactly what we need to be doing. The rule says 80% of the nerves in the body go from the body to the brain. Only 20% come from the brain down into the body. That means that you have 4-to-1 messages coming back to the brain and only 1-to-4 coming down. It's like a general. Your brain is the general. It sends out one message and the troops do what they need to do. But they send back 4 messages for that one, telling the brain exactly what's going on because they're the ones with the troops on the ground. That is the 80-20 rule. Amazing. So, like a beautiful, perfect martial art, we're coming from the back door. We can't grab the bullet. It's too fast, you'll never make it. So if somebody punches at me out of the blue, I'm never gonna grab it from the front. I have to deal with it from behind. So as the punch comes in, I deflect from behind. And that's what we're doing with the 80-20 rule. We're coming behind the mind through the body to make an efficient attack on the mind in silencing it. Jeremy Brazelli is the inheritor of Shidari Yanagi-Ryu Aikibugai, and he told me something brilliant. He said Yanagi wants to use the largest object in the room against the enemy. What is that? It's the floor. That's what Yanagi uses against the enemy. The most efficient strategy, right? So what does yoga use? What is the largest object in the room? The yogi. It is the breath. That's our largest handle to create the most change in the mind. Let's take this out of theory and put it into practice. Let's make this applicable now. So we're going to prove what I just said to ourselves. For the next minute, we're going to breathe at a fast pace for 15, 20, 25 breaths in 1 minute. So for the next minute, let's breathe at a fast pace. Don't try and control your thoughts. Just notice how you feel. Calm, peaceful, or agitated? Do you feel like you ran a race or something? Probably. Now we're going to do the opposite. For the next minute, let's breathe at a reduced rate. We're gonna have a target rate of 7 breaths per minute or less. We're gonna try and hit between 7 and 4.5 or lower. So let's give that a shot for the next minute. How'd you feel for that? Relaxed, at peace, more quiet. That's the power of a reduced breath rate and the power of the 80-20 rule. And you just proved it to yourself. Congratulations.